Hello, everybody. It is a wonderful negative 22 degrees outside today, and so I'm kicking off some cozy gameplay before work. I am a huge fan of the Tavern Talk series, and they announced that, well, they didn't announce. They opened up the Kickstarter this week, and they reached their funding goal in an hour. But, of course, they're still going to keep going because there's stretch goals to be had. But the thing that got me was like, wait a minute, new demo? So we're going to see how much the demo has changed since it came out in, gosh, I want to say it was June? I think. Honestly, April, May, June, July were just blurs. Most of 2025 was just kind of like a blur after April. But anyway, enough of me talking. I'm going to put, an info box somewhere here on the screen. Links will, of course, be in the description. And yeah, let's go. I like Cosmo. But you know what? I've had such a jonesing to play Horizon. No, I'm going to stick with Cosmo. Because why not? And like the art. It looks so much more like warm, if that makes sense, than the original Tavern Talk. Which was still gorgeous. But greetings, traveler. Traveler, is that all I get? Greetings, old friend. It's good to see you. Likewise. I've been told you sell magical drinks to exhausted travelers. Could I have one? Slow down. First things first, mate. Wait, you're a customer now? I should watch my manners. My deepest apologies, Miss Miriam. When did you become so polite? Had a change of heart. But, so before I go any further, I want to be like, look at the wall. His tail is twitching, and I swear to God, that's a magic carp. But look how the seagull moves. And yeah, this art is just oozing with charisma, if you will. But anyway, I've always been kind. Must have forgotten. Anyhow, how about you go ahead and make me something to drink already? All right, I'll indulge you. What can I get you? Let's see, your menu is small but enticing. How about a voyager's dream? It sounds nicely balanced. While a bit spiritual for my tastes, it does remind me of you. Your head has always been up in the clouds. There are less pleasant places for a head to be. Such as hard concrete, the maw of a kraken, a pike. All right, I'll take the clouds. Now, before you run off to make my drink, would you mind showing me what you've got going on back there? Alrighty. Let's go through the tutorial. Are you scouting out the competition? Call it wizardly curiosity. Can't argue with that. Come on, I'll give you a tour. How's this for a drink? Mixing Nook. Not too shabby. I like the personal touches. Thank you. I keep all my potions here, carefully guarded by Captain Bee-Bug. Look at Captain Bee-Bug. Witness him. What a boy. I missed that little critter. Do you think I could pet them? They always appreciate a good head scratch. Maybe after I'm done explaining. Alright, let's mix your potions then. Not so fast, Miss Know-It-All. Let's follow the proper steps. It's important to listen to what my patrons want. After all, I want to make sure they get what they asked for. But just in case I forget, I keep a detailed protocol in my log. Well, that's new. I'm pretty sure. And for days when I need a little extra help, Slinky summarizes my notes for me. Sorry, Slinky? My lunar reef pygmy octopus. They came in for an internship one day and never left. Very nice guy. Once I feel like I have a good idea of what my patron wants, I browse my recipes. How do you decide on the perfect one? By looking at their properties and descriptions to see which one would fit my guest's wishes best. Then I draw it on the board with my chalk. You have those on your menu? Not anymore. Since each recipe requires the right balance, we need to pay attention to its stats. Their strength, charisma, dexterity, intelligence, and defense. Did you go classic? Each potion influences one stat? Okay, this is new. This dialogue tree. Because I remember figuring out it's like some of the demos or some of the potions like affect, you know, they might give +2 to a certain stat and then take away from another stat. And so that's kind of how they evolved the potion making from the very first Tavern talk. It just gives it that little more of a layer of thinky to it, you know, so to speak. No, my potions can influence several stats at once. They can add to them or subtract from them, like I just said, lol. For organizational purposes, I keep them in a special order on the shelf. The higher up a potion is, the more stats it influences at the same time. Alright, now I'm gonna have to pull out my video of when I played this the first time. Next, I just take one and pour it into the mug. So that's how you pour them in. How else would I? Of course. Right. If I make a mistake, I can pour the faulty mix into Captain Bee-Bug's bucket. They love terrible potions. That makes one of us, at least. Anything else you've got to keep in mind? I just have to remember to ring the bell once I am done. My 7-year-old learned how to talk to the Alexa, and now it was like shrieking at me like, time to get ready for school, but I had to have him off at school half an hour ago. Alright, now sit back and relax while I make your drink. Just to make sure you wanted a Voyager's Dream. Coming right up. Alrighty. Now just to get kind of reacquainted with these. Oh, the post-it note is for the shelf underneath it. Got it. Oop. Okay. That one adds a second to that. You know what? I think I might just want mouse and keyboard for the moment. Okay, that adds. Like, I will remember how to play. All right. 1201. Outstanding. Thanks, Captain B-Bug. And like the art for the drinks is so cool. She doubting my methods. Whoa now. The gasp. This is excellent. Inspiring enough for any dream. Thank you. You're welcome. Though if I may offer a suggestion, your drink mixing technique is certainly commendable. Yes, that was the advice. I was experimenting with a new potion on the way here. I call it Serious. Why so serious? It's a simple brew that enhances the physical abilities of the body. And, well, I suppose it reminds me of you and your whole astrology obsession. You should have it. I think it can offer a different take on this delicious drink of yours. All right, let's be nice. This is wonderful, thank you. Don't mention it. It'll look good in your inventory. On that note, congratulations on opening your own tavern. It's always been a dream of mine. I know, and I'm happy you went after it. Can't catch a dream if you don't chase it. Can't argue with that. So, are we competition now? Me and the great Merriam Alchemy Collective, I mean. Morea's most prestigious mage family and their famous Potion of Miracles versus Cosmo, Borkham's up-and-coming tavern keeper and her most delicious concoctions. Sounds like a battle for the ages, right? I think we might be occupying very different niches. Unless you're thinking about becoming a stuck-up mage who sells her diluted potions for marked-up prices, I think we're good. I'll think about it. I'm just kidding. These drinks are merely my fun little experiments. Would that make your patrons your test subjects? I wouldn't phrase it that way, publicly at least. I'd suggest a more profitable business model if you have the time. I'll think about it, Miss Merriam. You can drop the miss. We've known each other for what, almost 2 decades now? Quite a while. Long time to have been best friends. Long time indeed. Even longer after you abandoned me for 2 whole years. Yeah, she's not sad at all. I almost revoked your friend license. I was busy. You could have sent a postcard. I'm sorry. I just needed to get away after... I know. I lost her too. I'm just pulling your leg. I just missed you. I missed you too. How are the Geffrey treating you? I heard Twin Burrow is lovely this time of year. The local flora is in full bloom, which is beautiful. Postcard worthy even. But unfortunately, the uptake in pollen seems to have increased the fluctuation in the delta mana irregularities. But simply, keeping everyone safe from the arcane anomalies roaming the city gets a bit rough this time of year. Something about the exposure to pollen shifts the creature's behavior and hunting patterns. They get allergies! And you're trying to figure out why. As is my position as a Geffrey analyst. Good for you. Did the magical protectors of the city also sponsor your armor? It's rare to see wizards running around this suited up. I made it myself. Well, the Geffrey blacksmith made it, but I transmuted it. Made it impervious to lightning damage and gave it some absorbent properties. Sounds exciting. It is. Did you build this tavern yourself? Yeah, I feel like we just probably renovated it. It was honestly in rather poor condition, but I think I prettied it up quite well. Had some help with it too, of course. You did a good job. I can barely tell someone broke that shelf before. Thank you. I like that it's right by the sea and so close to home. Right? I mean, how stunning is this view out the window here? I mean, my goodness. You moved to Borkham just to have a view of Maria from your backyard. What can I say? I'm sentimental. I thought about moving to Zainth for about half a day, but they only put blueberry jam in their jelly donuts. And I just can't deal with that. I think they taste quite good, actually. A nice change of pace. Oh, you betray me yet again. Did you try some of their treacherous pastries on the way home? Oh, plenty. I stopped by to pick some up I stopped by to pick up some incense I ordered, and the baker was right next door. He was very forthcoming about his assortment, as well as the town's gossip. I think I could write a cookbook, interspersed with local tabloid articles at this point. Oh, anything you'd like to share? You know how much I like gossip. Oh, I sure do. There was a whole lot of talking in circles and worrying about nothing. What stuck out the most was how worried he was about his niece's neighbor's son. Apparently the kid hasn't slept well in days and insists there's a monster hiding under his bed. Oh, what kind of monster? Not sure. Allegedly it has as many feet as a millipede and snores. Fascinating. Do you think it's real? No. The baker also told me about a mysterious rogue allegedly going rogue in town. Stealing buttons, beads, bones? No, honey. The townsfolk have started locking their doors at night, but even that isn't preventing the robberies. I think the boy is scared and is projecting his fears into his dreams and under his bed. Not too bad of a theory. What did your investigation conclude, Geffrey Miriam? Nothing. I didn't investigate. I considered it. The opportunity to study the potential beast or delusion sounded alluring. But I only had time to leave a charm against bad dreams with the baker. I was only passing through after all. I guess your jurisdiction doesn't extend to the mainland anyway. So what did you bring, So what did bring you back here? Me, I hope. The Afterlight Solstice Festival. My parents are sponsoring it this year, and they asked for some help with the preparations. There's lots to do, and we only have half a month to do it all. Well, glad to hear they finally reached out. Yeah. But I'm surprised you took days off for it. I've always thought you weren't too fond of the event. Too loud, too dark, too people-y, all that. I wasn't exactly in a position to refuse. It was Zara's favorite, you know. So I guess this is their way of honoring her. Obsessing over anything that reminds them of her existence, needing to make it perfect in her memory. Any way to keep on living, I guess. Okay, I see how that wasn't easy to say no to. Not that I tried. Anyhow, will you come over for the celebration? Maybe. I might have to work. I suppose a day of festivities means good business for you. I'll make sure to send some guests your way. Did I hear festivities? Who's throwing a party, and why am I not invited? I'm sorry, who are you? This is Una. She helps me with all my renovations and repairs, and I let her live upstairs for free. I see. Now the makeshift roof makes a lot more sense. No need to be intimidated by my DIY skills. You two know each other? For quite some time, yes. And you never introduced her to me, Cosmo? Here, I thought we were so close. Even after I lost my hand while trying to fix your tavern's leaking stern. Please don't believe everything she says. Hey. You want to tell me you climbed all the way up there to fix that leak? That's not... Never mind. To tell you the truth, I lost my arm while brawling with a two-headed sheep. I don't know if that makes it better or worse. Terrifying beasts, really. Good thing there was a field of clovers nearby. Did you know they're absolutely crazy about clovers? Just in case you ever get into a hairy situation with some sheep. Or should I say, a woolly situation. I hate that I'm laughing. You know exactly why you let me stay here. Ugh, thinking about that sheep is really making me crave one of your drinks, though. Did you make me one? Why do sheep make you think of... Does it really matter? You got a drink for me or not? Sure. What may I concoct for you? Something that'll make me the lucky fool at the poker table over at the Squeaky Lobster. You feel me? Add in a bit of charisma so no one will notice a thing. Notice what? If I elaborated on that, I'd have to get rid of you. In that case, I'd better see what charismatic brew I can concoct for you. Great rhyme. Now, Una didn't request a specific drink, but she did mention some attributes the drink should have. What'd she say again? I should check my log. All right, now I need to browse my recipes for a drink that matches her request. And if I get lost, I can always ask Slinky for help. I've got this. Alrighty. The rumor board. All right. Well, we definitely want to focus on the charisma. All right, we want the seasoned tides. Oop. I've been playing on my Switch too much. So I keep hitting the buttons that I would have to be pushing for my Switch right now. Okay. Oh, okay. We're gonna need to start this over, I think. See, it's definitely not as straightforward. The drinking is definitely not as straightforward as it was in the first Tavern Talk. There we go. Look at it, it's so pretty. Seriously, I love that drink. Like, all of their drink designs are just really pretty and really well done. I just want a stack of stickers of all of them. Here you go. Let's see if this suits your taste. Delicious, as always. Exactly what I wanted. The losers over at the Squeaky Lobster Poker Night might as well pack up now. So, what about you, oh so mysterious suited up woman? I know absolutely nothing about you. Only that you're besties with Cosmo. How about you share a funny little anecdote with us too? Or at least your name. I'm Gafera Merriam. You know, like the Merriam Alchemy Collective, the famous potion brewery on Maria? No big deal at all. If you must mention it. There's a potion brewery on Maria? If you make it to Maria sometime, I'd be happy to give you a tour. Awesome. I'll put it on my Gaia bucket list. You're not from here, I take it? Nope. Straight out of the astral sea. People can usually tell immediately, but whatever. I'm here now. What a sweet gig. I suppose so. Any particular reason why you're out here exploring, Gaia? I hear there's wondrous things about the astral sea. It must have been difficult to leave it behind. Curiosity. I want to see every last bit of Gaia. Every blade of grass, every tree, leave no stone unturned. For you, Gaia might be completely normal, but for astral folk like me, it's rare we get to see beyond the tides. So now that I can, I've got to make the most of it. However I'm able to. They don't make as many manuals on adventuring as you'd think. And I'm getting tired of counting all the cracks and crevices in this wooden interior. I can hear you. I'm sorry, I didn't. It's alright. I'm hoping you'll see more of the world too. I appreciate the company though. And I appreciate a good old bar with a good view. But I'd like to see as much of Gaia as I can before I mean, I'd love to see the biannual astral star eclipse from a Gaian perspective. Allegedly, the best place to watch the eclipse is Varika. But it's so far up north, kind of out of reach for me currently. So until then, I'll just go on fun day trips and get into bar fights elsewhere. Speaking of bars, remember how I told you I'd do some industrial espionage for you over at the Lucky Knitter? I don't remember asking for that. First of all, your tavern is still cooler. That's a relief. But even better, I roped the owner into a dice game. The bet, if I won, I'd get something extraordinary. If they won't, if they won, I'd fix their broken void siphon. Oh, I need a new chair. And I assume you won? Bingo! And I snatched quite the treasure for you. They said it was collecting dust in the glass cabinet anyways. And now I'm handing it over to my worthy friend. The label says Anka. No idea what it does, but I figured it might be useful. Are my own potions really that bad? This is the second time today someone's given me one. You're really bad at receiving gifts. Has anyone ever told you that? No? Now I have. I appreciate the gesture. You'd better. I think it'll add nicely to my collection. I thought so too. Anyway, let me fill you in on some hot fusion gossip I picked up on the way back. I'm all ears. Apparently, some exciting things are happening in Zane's at the moment. So you've also heard about the strange thief? What? No, actually, I was talking about the colorful cobblestones that started appearing everywhere. I definitely have to get my hands on a few of them. I'm gonna do my best to do like a zoom in on each of these drinks, but like look at the little bubbles in that drink. And then like look at like the shooting stars happening here. That's so awesome. Okay. I bet they're magical. Who knows what I could do with them? I did see those colorful stones in the pavement. Red, pink, and orange, if I'm remembering correctly. They looked cute. I figured they were the doing of a young carbuncle. You know, those little furry critters with a gemstone between their eyes. Maybe one of them painted the street's cobblestones in its favorite colors. A carbuncle? They're pretty rare in Phasia. I thought they preferred a warmer climate. Hogwash. It's clearly the work of an artistically gifted leprechaun. Have you ever seen a leprechaun paint stones? Have you ever seen a carbuncle at this latitude? Maybe you're both right. Maybe it's a carbuncle leprechaun. Like a leprabuncle? What a spineless answer. Agreed. Sad. Either way, I really gotta check it out. You could also investigate the thefts while you're there. Or help a poor kid plagued by nightmares. I'm not sure how cobblestones would help a kid, but I'll see if I can find an adventurer with a babysitting license to pass on your worries. Do you need a ride then? I'd be happy to introduce you to a merchant who frequents the route. They still owe me a favor. Hey, that sounds great. Thank you. Let's go then. What's the rush? You could stay for another drink if you want. I'm hoping to catch my acquaintance before they depart to Zend. Right, of course. Well then, see you soon, Cosmo. Till the next tidal wave. Whatever that means. Until next time, Tavernkeeper. Take care of yourself. And don't make me wait so long next time. Please? I won't, I promise. These guys, and look! Astral hares don't know the Makawava. Yes, they do. And how would you know that? I've read a basic biology book. Wait, you can read? Hello and welcome to the Drowsy Dragon. Hello? Thank you for the kind greeting, Tavernkeeper. You may call me Cosmo. It's a real pleasure to meet you, Cosmo. So, Cosmo, do you have any paladin repellent on hand? Can't say that I do. How about a truth serum? No, not that one either. Sorry. Truth serum? Are you accusing me of lying? I'm not accusing you. I know you're lying. All right. How about some drinks to settle your spirits? Drinks? You have my full and undivided attention. How much did they cost? Just your names. You drive a hard bargain. Those are very precious. I meant an introduction. I already like my name well enough. Ah, that I can do. I'm Rune. No, you're not. That's the name of the guard I talked to earlier. Common name? Sure. We can't all be called Quasar Duskbringer. No, we couldn't. That would be very inefficient. What a lovely name. Thank you. It serves its purpose. Can I get my drink now? Of course, right away. Anything in particular you fancy? The hottest drink on your menu. Like, literally? What else? Alrighty. Hot tea. Oop, wrong button. We got pin that recipe. Okay. Oop. I love this music so much. Oh, that did not. No, I am a silly goose. That's what I am. Okay. Okay, I think starting with that one's a safe bet. All right. First two, and then I need to make intelligence. No, intelligence stays. Slow strike. Oh, nope. Oh, no, God, no. Don't dump. Hot and steamy as requested. Uh-huh. You really went all in with that drink. I gave it my best. Andu appreciates your efforts, too. Sorry, Andu? The pollywog on their shoulder. He's not a pollywog, you uneducated mop. What is he then? A draconic familiar. A gift from my buddy Levi. Levi? Leviathan. Haven't you read a basic theology book? I'm sorry, you're talking about the Leviathan? Yes, the great sea serpent, dragon of the primordial sea, coolest guy around, yada yada yada. You know what? I don't want to know, not at all, how you got your hands on a draconic familiar. That's all right with me. I'd love to know more. Maybe next time. Aw. Boo. For now, can I offer you a drink too, Quasar? No, thank you. I don't drink on the job. For dragon's sake. What's your job, if you're okay with me asking? I'm a paladin in the Aurelian Star Guards. I've dedicated my entire life to spreading Cassiopeia's light and wisdom in the name of the Order of Starlight. I save those who cannot save themselves and deliver justice to places darkness threatens to conquer. So like a cop. No, not like a cop. The dragons wish for us to live in harmony with one another, and for that we must find a balance between compassion and rooting out evil. So a religious cop. I'd much prefer a different insult. The Order of Starlight. We don't often see people from the Order here in Mossberry. We don't have a big stronghold in Phesia yet. And the Aurelian Star things were based in the Magocracy. That explains the stick up your ass. And where are you from? The circus? Your dreams. My nightmare's more like, what convinced you two to travel together? A mutual love for bickering? We're not traveling together. So what is this then? Surveillance. Cosmo, I'm sure it won't surprise you to hear this, but I ran into this criminal while they were running from the law. Quite literally, 6 guards were chasing them. 6. Yeah, and you helped me get away from them. What does that make you? That makes you an accomplice. Compassionate, he says. You were outnumbered and it was unfair, so I felt a bit of empathy. You might want to look the word up. I'm good, thanks. Plus, it's innocent until proven guilty, right? That being said, they look very guilty. I've never stolen a single thing in my entire life. You tried to pickpocket me 3 times on the way here. What did the guards say or yell while you were running? I won't repeat the yelling, but I checked in with them later to hear their side. They told me a very precious artifact was stolen from the Museum of Historical Sea Serpentry. The local Leviathan Museum? Yes, the Eye of the Storm has gone missing. It's said to offer a glimpse at the dreams of the great sea serpent himself. Hence why it was being safeguarded in that abomination of a temple museum combination. Never been to that museum myself, unfortunately. I guess I shouldn't have waited around so long. Now I've missed out on seeing that dream. Orb. Hopefully it'll be back soon. Ideally, you haven't lost your chance yet. The receptionist saw a cloaked fae with a giant staff and a purple familiar pocket in it. Could be anyone. I see the issue here. But how about a compromise? Quasar, you give the eye back, but without handing in your new acquaintance. That way you'll both be happy. I would have already done that, but they don't have them, or they don't have it on them anymore, and they refuse to be honest about it. Now I need to find out where they hid it. So you don't get in trouble for helping them flee? Bingo! And so I can return the artifact to its rightful owner. I can't exactly let a criminal run free either, but I need proof first. It belongs in a museum! One should not condemn without having weighed the scales of justice carefully. Spoken like Cassiopeia herself. Yes? Not that I stole anything, but if I did, Leviathan would greatly appreciate it. And how would you know that? I asked him. Right. And what did he say? Nothing, but he didn't take away my powers nor banish me into the crater of a volcano. So clearly he approves. Seems like you've both lost your marbles then. Do you follow any of the dragons, Cosmo? I hope your familiar isn't a result of wizardry. I'm devoted to Gaia, the heart of the earth. Sounds wonderful. I'm happy to hear you found your calling. Me too. She's been a great help with my recipes. Oh, he's so happy, look at him. And she sent me Captain Bee-Bug over here. I couldn't be more thankful for that. May I ask what all the trappings of astrology here are about then? Cassiopeia and Leviathan are typically dragons associated with the stars, so it's a bit off-brand, right? Not really. This is my tavern, not Gaia's. And I like astrology. I learned about it from the local sailors. And since they're my main customers, it just made sense, you know? That's actually quite sweet. Thank you. You know, the star signs were created by Cassiopeia and Leviathan in unison. They both work quite well together. They're twins. Such is expected of family traditionally. But they're naturally opposed. Chaos and law just don't go together. Hence the different planes and doctrine. But speaking of your gifts, Cosmo, I admit I'm curious about your drinks now. May I try one after all? Happily. What will it be for you? Let me think. After talking so passionately about Leviathan and Cassiopeia, the Voyager's Dream sounds like a fitting brew. I actually got some new potions in today. If you'd like, I could try mixing up a fresh new version of the Voyager's Dream. Maybe with a shot of my new Sirius potion. Sounds exciting. Count me in. Okay. All right, we are pinning the Voyager's Dream. And then we're going back to that box just to double check that that's yes. The yellow wavy bottle was Miriam's Sirius potion. Guys, this music is just so great. And like that is one of the Kickstarter goals, is a new recording of the song they made for the first game. So I'm just saying. Oh yeah, that is the drink. It's like I only got there with 3 shots. Mixed with a different brew, a Voyager's Dream for you. Incredible. You know, it kind of matches his outfit. It's almost like I can taste the astral and primordial seas in unison together. Brilliant. Your assortment of potions has quite the variety of flavor profiles. You must get around often. Not as much as I'd like, actually. How so? I'm tavern bound most of the time. No one to cover for you in case of absence. Something like that. How do you get your potions then? Well, I usually make them myself. I come up with whatever I can for recipes as well. Sometimes my friends bring me potions or recipes they stumble upon during their travels too. Cool. Wait, let me see if He's got a bag of holding. Aha! I knew it! Here you go. That's really not necessary. Recipe unlocked. Northern Brawler. But thank you. It was getting all crumpled in my bag anyways. Do I want to know where you stole that from? Stole? Not at all. Totally normal recipe I found under a rock. Sure. Say, mage boy, what were you doing at the museum anyway? Or in Phasia, for that matter? Do not call me that. My bad? I'm here for missionary work, and for curiosity's sake, to be honest with you. They say Phasia harbored many of the dragon's champions. Indulging in a bit of history can't hurt, right? Though clearly Leviathan's allegedly chosen one leaves a little bit to be desired. I was hoping to find some interesting exhibitions or lectures on local divine legends. You know, learn from the best. Or the worst. Those sorts of things are usually so boring. Perhaps you just lack the attention span to enjoy them. Make sure I don't forget to tell you about the new museum they're building in the Saye Plains right now. New museum? Yeah, I overheard some of the guards gossiping about it earlier. Apparently, there's a fresh dig site on the steppe, and they are trying to improvise an exhibition or something with the loot they've found. Sounded very boring and dry, but maybe that would quench your thirst for knowledge. The Saye Plains, you say? They're not too far from here. Right? Maybe I should visit them myself. I hear they're designing the museum's architecture around the shapes of the artifacts they've found. You shouldn't be anywhere near museums or artifacts. Will you go see it? Perhaps? I need to figure out this whole thing first. Like this. What whole thing? Me? Little old me? No, yes, the whole stolen artifact thing. As well as the whole accidental aid in burglary thing, and your lying thing. May I recommend some rest first? I have somewhat comfortable beds. Actually, yes, please. I could offer you separate rooms or separate ones. Am I staying too? Yes, you're in investigative custody. Fine, I could use a nap and another drink later. I'll be ready. Have a restful night, Cosmo. And keep an eye on your silverware. I don't even like silver. That'd make a fun rumor. What does that even mean? Sometimes my patrons come in with really interesting gossip, and that's always worth noting down. You'll never know when you can turn a nice piece of gossip into a quest. But this time I was just kidding. I don't think your silver version would be helpful for any future adventures. Hold on. Turn rumors into quests? How do you do that? At the end of every day, I sort through the rumors I've heard, and some days I have enough to turn into a quest for my patrons. It's quite fun. Mind showing me how that works, perchance? As fun as the drink mixing is, the quest compiling was definitely one of my favorite parts, if not the favorite part I had of the first Tavern talk. All right. This is my rumor to quest workstation. Name pending. What's this little fella doing here? Oh, okay. I was just like, what little fella? I'm like, that's Slinky. They organize my journal and have it and already have the day's rumors at hand. Or at Pentacle, I guess. Better keep them away from Andu. He's very territorial when it comes to purple. So you already have several empty quest papers prepared. Exactly. That way I can easily group my rumors together. And I can plan out multiple quests at the same time. Rumors that I think might be related go on the same quest paper. If they're nothing alike, I place them on different ones. And what about the shell on the side? Sometimes I write down rumors that seem relevant at first, but eventually turn out to be useless. Why don't you just throw them away then? What if I change my mind or make a mistake? This way no snippets get lost. Plus, Slinky and I like to keep things orderly. A little chaos never hurt anyone, right, Andu? What matters most is that once I have enough rumors to make a quest, I have to take my time and fully put it together. You know what? Let's make a sample quest. I'll write you some example snippets. Let's add the first one to a parchment. Alright, now I need to find all the rumor snippets that fit thematically with the first one and add them together. Like this. And that's how you create a quest. Obviously, this is just a quick example. I write proper descriptions for the real deal. Let's retire this one. Bye-bye. Sometimes I can even make multiple quests a day. Hang on, are you taking notes? Maybe. I'm just interested in how quests are made, that's all. Well, now you know the process, but I'll keep the actual quest making to myself. No spoilers. After all, I'm the tavern keeper and you're the adventurer. Fine, I'll accept your judgment. Come on, Andu, let's go to bed. Have a restful night. Now let's build a real quest. Alrighty. Oop. Alright, the citizens of Zenth are being plagued by a strange series of thefts. Hold on to your buttons and your honey. Check in on your scared kids. I can still create a quest today. I should group matching rumors before I continue. Oh. Wait. Oh, that's a full quest. That's right. In the small town of Zenth, a young boy is being terrorized by the sounds of thousands of feet and loud snores below his bed. Could this monster be summoned by nightmares caused by a series of strange thefts plaguing his neighbors? And who decided to give the town a makeover by repainting its cobblestones in bright colors? A leprechaun, a carbuncle, or a very artistic button collector? Solve one mystery, get two for free. That's right, they were all in Zenth. And that's the end of the demo! Yay! Alrighty. like I said, I will have all the links for Gentle Troll and Tavern Talk Dreamwalker down in the description. Please, if you enjoy D&D aesthetics, definitely give this one a play. Let them know what you think. As always, wish list. I will also put my own links in the description. I started a Ko-Fi page recently, so I will be doing different things for people who donate that way, monthly things. Like, I'm thinking on the $10 a month tier, this is where I'm going to put like a section on the video going, you know, thanks for the, I mean, right now they're called the gold beans backers, but you know, that kind of thing. So TLDR, all the links below, and we'll catch you guys next time. I'm going to quit hitting my microphone, my poor microphone. Bye-bye.